Okay, I'm going to start from 2.5, the activity 2.5 today. So asking about 5 examples for electronic waste in your school or home. So do you have any electronic waste in your house or nothing is there? So any old keyboard, mouse, computers, or any kind of radios, TVs, all these mobile phones, everything fall in under electronic waste. Do you have anything at home? Or you are electronic waste free? Yes, you should have, because most of the, so in our home, I think in my home also, we have some unused electronic items. So can you tell few? So what are they? Yes, what are the electronic wastages in your home? Yes, broken chargers. Do you have broken chargers? Broken chargers. So maybe UPS. Yes. Anything else?
Wires.
Wires. Yes. Wires.
LED bulbs.
Sorry.
LED bulbs.
Yeah, LED bulbs, but
Sir,
not.
can we take CDs?
Yes, CDs, DVDs, maybe damaged CDs, because we are not going to use that. DVDs, right? Damaged CDs, DVDs, and I have seen in some places there are like even hard disks, right? That can be there. And what about the CFL bulbs? Sorry, just mobile phones, damaged mobile phones. And what about, so most of the places I have seen these CFL bulbs, not just LED, CFL, maybe fluorescent bulbs. So I'm not sure about the spelling, sorry. CFL and fluorescent bulb means this one, right? That's okay, no? SCNT, fluorescent bulb. So these are fluorescent bulbs, LED bulbs and fluorescent bulbs. So those are there. This is also fluorescent bulb, right? Tube bulbs, certain tube bulbs, that is also fluorescent. Okay, those are also there, because normally we are not regularly recycling those, because we cannot recycle this at home. So not only that, speakers, hard disks, right? So there are more.
Mouse.
Yes, mouse, keyboard, you can say peripherals, unused or damaged peripherals, then everything will come.
So can we take electronic clocks?
Yeah, electronic clocks, everything, because so whatever having electronic circuits you can put, not just mobile phones, clocks, watches, and radios, TVs, everything coming under that. So I'll put here, so with a comma, so you can write any 5 of this, right? TVs, radios, all these are falling. Watches. Okay, so then the next thing is, right, with meaning of the above wastage according to 3R system. You will get some questions from this area, right? So what is 3R?
Recycle, reduce, reuse.
Yes, reuse, reduce, recycle. Okay, so what you can do about this? So most of the things you can say, broken chargers, UPS, most of the thing you have to recycle here. Damaged CDs, DVDs, you have to recycle. Mobile phones, TVs, radios, watches, you have to recycle. All these things mostly you have to recycle. But there are possibilities to reuse. For an example, wires you can reuse. Wires you can reuse for some other purposes. And so reduce, yes.
How can we use wires?
So wires basically, so if you have wires, if those are damaged, so we can just use that wires for doing some other tasks, no? So when you have wiring and damaged wires, you can just replace those by these unused wires.
Okay, sir.
Right, so write the method of managing the above waste. Okay, so you can write wires and unused peripherals can be reused. We can reduce, using CDs and DVDs and replace those with solid state erasable memories. So instead of this CDs, so this CDs and DVDs are not erasable after normally, right? So there are some erasable CDs, DVDs, but normally not erasable. Once write, it's write once, read many. Write once, read many devices. But we can, if we can replace that using solid state memories, the advantage is we can just reuse that. We can reuse that. Because solid state memories means pen drives, CDs, or pen drives, memory cards. We can erase and put the content. We can erase again and put the content. But CDs, we can't. General CDs and DVDs, we can't. Okay, so then damaged equipments can be handed over to a recycling firm for recycling. Can be handed over to a recycling firm or recycling company for recycling. So this is how you can manage triage. Please write down. Right, then activity 2.6. Have a discussion about an instance where you have reused electronic wastage without disposing at home. Briefly write into your book. So you have to explain a situation where you have reused electronic waste without disposing it at home. So actually what I have done, so but we have to actually use these things safely, right? But what I have done using some so unused peripherals, so not just peripherals, unused expansion cards, I have used this to create this kind of thing. So like pen holder using, so I have created pen holder using these boards. So this kind of thing, a pen holder using circuit boards. It's like this, or this. But you have to make sure, so if you're using the spoons and all, you have to make sure the internal parts are not actually touching with this, the electronics, because some electronics you have like lead, mercury like things, so it's poison in. So if you're using this with food, so you have
So is mercury a chemical?
Yeah, mercury, you know that, so it's used in thermometers. So mercury, so in glass thermometer. Have you seen this? So not digital one, right? So this one, this kind of thing. Mercury thermometer. Have you seen this? Maybe it's there in the computer. Earlier days, this was there in hospitals and computer labs. So not computer labs. The labs, hospitals, in home also, in home environment also, this was there. Have you seen this? So I think you have seen this one, the digital thermometer. Digital one. So this one you have seen, like digital thermometer. Yeah, digital thermometer is this one. This COVID period, this infrared thermometer is used. Digital thermometers are used, but so earlier days this one was more common. Mercury. Mercury is a poisoning. Mercury poisoning can be happen. So mercury is a poisoning material. It's not good for health. So if you are touching this kind, so you can reuse this. So, but you have to do it in a safer way. Pens and pencils, it's okay. But if you're using spoons and all, you have to actually use some surface to not to contact those metals with the spoons and all. So this is one thing that I have done. And reusing circuit boards. So you can do many things, right? So here this is like, so not only that, it can be reused for various decorations like this. With the wires, you can see the wires, some transistors or resistors are there. So maybe, right, these are the things. And have you seen this in this, I think in Paliagoda, yeah, in nearby the Paliagoda junction, eager. I have seen this structure in Paliagoda, but cannot remember how to search. So let me just give me a second. This is like one interesting creation, right? This is an example of how using this metal for creating horse. You can see this one. I have seen this kind of structures. Some countries, even Malaysia, I have seen this closer to the airport. This is using wooden base. This is sculpture using the metal sculpture. Eagle, oh, this is horse. I have seen these sculptures. Have you seen this kind of thing? Malaysia one, I think. So I cannot remember the Malaysia city. It's nearby the airport. Yeah, it was. Is it in Langkawi? I think Langkawi. Langkawi, Malaysia, as I remember. There's a big eagle. Yeah, this kind of, this is not the actual one. Sculpture using metal. The metal one is not showing here, it seems. No, cannot see. I have seen somewhere, right? I cannot remember the city exactly, sorry. Metal waste. So these are some examples I can search. You can also create, this is like, these are costly, right? So they are reusing actually these are vehicle parts. Vehicle parts are used and create these kind of sculptures, but those are kind of costly. Right? It's really hard effort because you have to value the effort. So I have seen this is there in even in Paliagoda. I have seen this kind of sculpture. I cannot remember what exactly, but next day when you're traveling in the Kandikalam road, you can see. So this is like closer to this, Panchikavat, right? Because Panchikavat. Seen this, right? Is it in Panchikavat? Is this the one? Not sure. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. I've seen this one. Here, this one. You can see the plugs and all. Also I used. Anyway, so these are some creations. So otherwise we are going out of the topic. So 3R, recycling, reusing can be done. Some kind of drafts can be created. So, but you have to always follow a safe mechanism because CFL and fluorescent bulbs are not safe. So don't reuse that. So those are not healthy. Those are not safe. Those are having mercury again. And again, so UPS broken charges. This UPS can be used for many tasks. Some engineering students are there using this for creating various projects, UPS. And the broken charges can be repaired. TVs, radios can be repaired and even can be kept as in exhibition status likewise. So you can stop throwing that to the environment. Anyway, those are the things. And write an instant where you have reused electronic waste in your school. So this is similar, same question, right? Write and so have you used this in your school? Have you done this kind of? Have you used this electronic
No,
waste?
sir.
Still, you couldn't go to school, no? I think properly.
No,
That is
sir.
one thing, and yes, still. So maybe you can do an activity there. Or so I have shown some suggestions. So maybe if you have electronic wastage, next day if you can create one, so then you can show it. For New Year, you can do a good work. Right? Good work is reuse and do something meaningful. Maybe create a draft. So if you are good in drafting, you can create small draft using the wastage. Right. Then name some materials that you sent to the recycling. Have you sent anything for recycling or not yet? So basically recycling, in Sri Lanka, so we don't know actually whether it is, we are not directly dealing with the recycling plants. Instead of that, we have like people who are collecting, the mobile traders who are collecting this electronic wastage. Have you seen that one of the parana plastic badu ganna, yakada badu ganna, likewise? There are people traveling in the roads. Have you seen? No. Mannang ahala thiyena. Ogolanna ahila nadda? Parana plastic, parana yakada. Collect karana katta innawane. There are people who collecting this and handing over to the recycling plants. We are not directly dealing with the recycling plants normally, but so what we do is we hand over that to the people who collect that, right? I think you have seen sometimes they are traveling nearby roads. So if you are in flats and all, you might don't know about that, but you can ask from your parents, so they might know. Right, so I'm not going to ask this question again because I think you have not involved in this kind of activity, but in future you can do that, right? Right. So Sweta, you have some experience, good. So write down names of the several institutions collect electronic wastage for recycling. So you have to name few places. In Sri Lanka also we have recycling plants. So here you can go to the map and search recycling plants in Sri Lanka. There are some companies, right? So e-waste management, and so this is the PDF showing the listed or allowed people, right? Waste collectors in Sri Lanka. These are authorized people. So you can see, okay, so there are like, these are not companies. but there are some companies also. Let me take the company list. I think the Government Information Center has more clear information seems. It has also the name list, not the organizations. Okay, so you can see these are, yes, Nanoform, Ceylon Waste Management. Yeah, that is one famous company, Ceylon Waste Management. And so there are a list. Wait. Right. Okay. So this is actually I have taken from the Central Environmental Authority website. So these are some companies, so famous companies, so which are recycling different product, different things. For example, CFL and fluorescent bulbs, ACR recycling. E-waste, CFL and CRT monitor, Ceylon waste management. So then you can take a screenshot of this because, or you can write the company names. No, they're asking 5 names. No, you can write ACR recycling, Ceylon waste management, Clean Tech Lanka, Ecobis. Okay, quickly write down. So you ask 5 companies. These are some other companies: Ecogate, E-waste logistics, Infinity Green. So just write 5. So just write this 8 up to 8th one. Innova Environmental Services. Okay, see whether is there anything close by your home. Is there anything closer to your home? See whether you have anything closer to your home. Right, mostly, so they recycle CFL, CRT monitors. Right, okay. Finish. So why I want to finish this today? Because we have the examination next day. That's why I just want to focus and finish this quickly, right? So if my speed is too much, please let me know, then I can slow down. I have to finish this anyway within today, that's why. So otherwise we won't be able to answer the question paper. Okay, briefly explain why computer should be protected, set in a password. By setting a password, yes. What is the reason? Why you should password protect your computer? Any reason? Right? Why you give a password to your computer? Do you have password in your computer or no password? Suhara, do you have password? No.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so why you put passwords?
So that nobody can open it.
Yeah, because we want to protect our document by accessing, so by unauthorized access. So explain briefly why computer should be protected using a password. So please write, we store important and confidential important, confidential and sensitive data in our personal computer, including education document, education related documents, pictures, video, financial data, etc. So these we store in our computer. We need to protect them from unauthorized we want to protect them from unauthorized access and also from accidental damages. Accidental damages. When we password protect our computer, only the non-parties can access that. When we password protect our computer, only the non-parties can access that. දන්න කට්ටියට විතරයි අපි password එක තියෙන කට්ටියට විතරයි access කරන්න පුළුවන්. But in more advanced, there are some hackers and there are some actually software programs. Even without a password, there are some programs or there are some CDs, DVDs or tools which can be used to access your computer. You should know that, right? If you don't know, if you have the password, don't be overconfidential thinking that so no one can access your data now. Because there are some other mechanisms. There are some people who know some other mechanisms to access your computer. So password is only one thing, only one countermeasure or only one solution. You have to physically protect the computer room. Maybe you have to lock it, maybe using a padlock. Maybe you have to use a protected area or protected room, or you have to use CCTV like cameras for evidence keeping, maybe security systems for alerting. These are also some other usages. Password is only one solution, right? Okay, finish writing. So, do you know any mechanism to access the computer without a password? Without knowing a password? Do you know? I think I'm doing a bad thing. It seems like it's not like teaching you hacking, but you should know. So there are some. So in case if you forget the password, how you can access the documents? If you forget the password, how you can access the document? Is there a way? So sometimes you have like your mobile phone to reset the password. You can reset the password using your mobile phone. Sometimes you can reset your password using your email. So if both methods are not working, you can use a password reset in CD or DVD, or you can use a Linux Live OS to boot the computer. That is additional thing, but you can write, right? Because you should know that. Password is only one protection mechanism. There are many other ways to access computer if someone forget or doesn't know the password. Example, Live Linux DVD. password cracking tools. Reset password using mobile phone or email. So there are ways to reset the password. So you should know that as well. Right, then write 3 facts to be considered when setting a password. So what are the 3 basic things? What are the considerations to put a password? So you should know, you should have some policies, or you should have some idea how to put the password. What is a strong password? What are the facts need to be considered?